Imagine if you wanted to buy your dream house. You would have to pay it with money or some form of it, right? If you wanted love, don't you have to go and chase after the person of your dreams? Now, if you wanted to manifest that money or love, wouldn't you have to buy this currency from the universe as well? Turns out there is a way to pay the universe in exchange for the material possessions of money or attraction of love. Let's get into it. Namaste, Sacred Masters. I'm Dr. Iwas Ukehi, Certified Shadower, NLP Manifestation Coach, and today we are going to talk about manifesting from the universe, whether it's money or love. For most of us, when we think about manifesting money, we turn to New Age coaches who have techniques such as think about it and money will come to you, live as though you're already rich, journal all your dreams and desires. Has any of that worked for you? I think it's safe to say that sometimes it comes, but most often than not, it doesn't. In fact, you may be wondering if it's all luck at this point. It feels like the money you receive was something you deserved and worked for it anyway. Your doubts are actually correct. Turns out, you can't just wish upon something and it comes for free. Because by using the law of attraction, you're forgetting there's actually 11 other laws of the universe at work. Once I studied these laws, I put them down into a simple formula that you can use. But I'll expand upon each one in detail. But the bottom line is, this formula works under the law that if we want to manifest something, there is always an exchange that needs to happen in order for the universe to pay you or reward you for your dreams and desires. You would have to pay the universe first in exchange for whatever you want. But what currency does the universe use? It's actually a combination of things, but here's the formula. Time plus what you do with your time plus emotions equals universe currency. See, the universe works under 12 laws. By understanding these 12 laws, you can understand its currency. But I know you don't want to sit here and listen to an entire hour's worth of laws and rules, so I'm going to break it down for you as simply as possible. If you want an in-depth video on each law of the universe, comment below and let me know if this is something you are interested in. But today, it will just be summaries so we can start getting into our formula and how to implement it as quick as we can. So, let's look at universal currency. The currency of the universe exists within vibrations, as you've already heard. However, these vibrations are more than just you sitting down and trying to manifest with high vibes. That is simply only using one law, the law of attraction. It is a lot more complicated than that. Whether you're trying to manifest money or love, they all fall within a spectrum of time, which is the first part of the formula. We all have a limited time on this earth. So if you want to manifest something within your immediate outer reality, such as a specific person or a specific amount of money, we are bounded by time. Of course, if you wanted to manifest something that is not in our outer reality, such as universal harmonization, you'll be using a different currency. But this video only covers things that exist within this current reality that is bounded by linear time. So you have to ask yourself, how much time are you willing to spend? The more time you spend on something, the stronger this formula is. Because time in this reality is a currency you cannot get back. It's finite, so choose it properly. And through the law of compensation at work, the more you reap, the more you sow. Now, the next step to our formula is, what do you do with your time? Suppose you're wanting to manifest money. Are you sitting there and waiting for it to happen? To fall from the sky or grow from the tree? If that's what you're hoping for, then your currency to the universe will be very weak. Sure, a friend might call you out of the blue to pay a debt. Your parents might have some change for you, but it's never in big amounts. Hence, we must follow something beyond the law of attraction and utilize the law of inspired action. The law of inspired action states that we have to be inspired by our own thoughts and act accordingly. Thus, if the law of attraction is ask, believe, and receive, the law of inspired action adds one more to the equation, and that is ask, believe, receive, act accordingly. What you do with your time has to be inspired action. If your goal was to make money, you have to go out and act accordingly to it. This becomes the law of perpetual transmutation of energy at work. You're taking the vibrations of poverty and converting it into abundance and wealth. If you want to attract love, you're converting the vibrations of loneliness into love itself. And if your actions provide value unto others, whether you are acting in kindness to attract love or to develop a product that can help millions around the world, your universal currency will be extremely potent. Because it's the law of divine oneness at work. This law states that we are all connected through creation. Hence, if you create a product of value, the universe has to return value to you. If you live your life with love, then the universe has to return that same value to you. You can go into detail and break down what love is. For example, a combination of gratitude, kindness, and respect. By spending your time giving these values, you get your values returned to you. Add in more time to it from the first part of the formula, the benefits will be greater. So through the first law of divine oneness, you're also utilizing the law of giving and receiving and the law of compensation, all three at the same time. The last part of the equation is emotions. Now remember that emotions are the guidance systems for us. Through emotions, we know whether or not we're doing the right thing or the wrong thing. If we were to take actions, we have to become very aware of our emotions. Otherwise, we may be paying the universe with the wrong currency. Suppose you want to manifest money. You go out, you get a job, and you work hard. Yes, you can receive your money through what you do with your time, the second part of the formula, but if you don't like your job, the universe will return money to you that doesn't like you as well. Instead of money seen as abundance, the money is used to pay bills, fix a broken car, pay off debts, etc. When you make money with the emotion of tiresome, that money will come back to you and work on you the same way. Law of cause and effect. So if love is what you want, but your emotions on it seems heavy, filled with sacrifices and hiding your true self in hopes others will like you, you will receive back the currency of attracting people who lie to you. It's all the same cycle. Your emotion guides your attraction. But that does not mean to quit everything and redo it, no. What you need to do to make emotions work for you is utilizing the law of relativity, in which you begin to see nothing and no one is inherently good or bad. Everything is a spectrum of expression, and there is always more than one perspective to everything. I have a client who works as an accountant who hated her job. She found the endless days boring, crunching numbers. She would make her money, go home, only to spend it all on bills and her student debt. Even though she did everything right, put in the time to study, and then getting a job, her emotions were so heavy that the money was spent on heavy things as well. When I began to change her emotions surrounding it, which I will show you how later, I told her to go back to the second part of the formula and change that first. You see, she saw no value in her job because it's boring. Thus, her universe currency acted accordingly too. When I told her her job has value, I used the law of relativity to guide her and show her that her job saves people thousands of dollars in taxes. Her advice helps save lives by preparing for your future and retirement, and her expertise benefited a lot of people. When she saw value in what she did and acted according to that value, she suddenly became highly sought after in her firm. People wanted her advice because she was suddenly providing value and not just crunching numbers. This allowed her to feel good about helping people, because the law of divine oneness and the law of cause and effect is at work, eventually promoting her to a partner in the firm. Now, the money she earns from her raise allows her to use it to buy her dream house, as well as go traveling and on vacations, and still feel like her job has a sense of purpose. The same can be said about another client who came to me to do some shadow work with her past experience of love. She had so many walls up that she barely had any emotions of love in her. Sure, she wanted love, but the walls she put up did not allow her to express it in an open and giving way. The universal law begins to work on her, and she soon finds herself with closed-off partners and those who don't care, not only reinforcing her beliefs, but reinforcing her universal currency as well. When we heal that part, you can surely guess what happens next. She's currently dating her dream guy for half a year. It may not be long, but she was a recent client. But I am absolutely sure this will be a long-lasting relationship. So now you see how time plus what you do with your time plus emotions equals universal currency. You always have to ask yourself, what currency are you paying the universe? Because that's what you receive in equal terms from our outer reality. If you find this information useful, hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell so that I know what kind of content to put up for shadow work and manifestations. Now, before I go, I know that a lot of you will find emotions the hardest and often the trickiest one to navigate in this formula. We are all prone to past triggers and memories that can leave us feeling stuck. I have a video on how to change your emotions and beliefs, that if you want a detailed explanation on how to work the third part of the formula, click on this video now. I'll see you there. Namaste.